This photograph is quite entertaining, and initially I thought, okay, yeah, I can see the attraction. But then two, three things stood out. This area here, this area here, this area here, and it also the fact that you got two shoes that are completely different types of shoes. But there we go. I'm actually going to do a little bit of editing on this because I think it's probably worthwhile seeing if we can just test by using the spot healing tool how this is going to work, for example, and see, yes, this automatically tidies that bit up, makes it look a bit better. Challenges wise, will that work the same way here? So theory, we can move that there, and yeah, it looks better. But I think to really get down to some interesting bits would be to remove and just take it down to one pair of shoes. So I'm only going to do small bits of this stage here. The software will automatically pick up certain aspects if the picture is only removed on a staggered basis. So as you can see, we're removing it, but it's also matching with the surrounding area. And as I remove the odd shoe, the results should improve very, very slowly. But if you take the whole load, you're likely to mix it in. It's looking for a very specific area within this particular picture. So you gradually take it and take on board, you don't want to lose the detail just to the left on the other shoe. So as you can see, we are to some degree not getting the perfect match, but we are actually getting something like a result. So if you ever had a pair of shoes that didn't fit with the local scenario that you've got, this is one way of doing it. The image does gradually change, and we are very, very gently removing that. So I'm just going to stop the video for a second and do a bit more without the video to speed the process up. Now there is an additional way of dealing with it. By going to cloning it, we can clone the colour to improve the actual look, because to some degree it works to some degree trying to spot, but it all takes time, and you're looking for effectively to look a little bit better. So I'm spot checking with this one, and as we can see, most of that part now has gone. It's not that visible that that part of it had a second shoe. Now the next challenge would be to actually either cut this area out here or this area out here. This takes a reasonable amount of work again. So what we're going to do is, I think I'm going to increase the size. There we go, and I'm just going to go, and this will allow me to remove this second leg. Now as you get closer, it gets harder to get it absolutely 100%, but very quickly we are dealing with a second leg being there, and although we've got the graininess there, the actual cloning works quite well because it's taking the grain from the colour and the sampling from the other area very effectively. And so our initial challenge of getting the colour there is in actual fact going pretty well. Now, although we've done that bit there, we could do that better. We can just there, because there is a difference between those two areas, but we've already removed a good part of that, and we'll zoom in and do even more, etc. So again, I can look at, effectively I would look at this, and we've got a different tint to that area and that area. So what I'm going to do is just zoom in there, and even this area here and that area there are slightly different, so bring it in very close to the end result, which actually in fact is quite difficult because the area is very tight to actually work within. The greys are very similar, and so we only take it so far. Again, zooming in quite closely to finish that particular bit off. So I'm just going to pause. I'm just going to try this out, slightly different angle to remove this area, and it should, and it has, picked up on that colour there to actually tidy that up, which is good. Now on the other side of the picture we have this area here, and again we've zoomed in. I'm using a very thin brush to get to here, and really getting close to just to the edge, and it tidies it up pretty well. It does actually do quite a good job. So again, just coming in nice and close, I'm able to remove a lot of the extra shadow there that's not needed for that particular area, and it'll tidy it up. So if you look back out, and you can see you've gone from 2 legs down to 1 leg, which is quite good. Just if I would just normally go in there as well, just to tidy that up, and overall the finished result is quite